Good morning. Welcome to BYOBB. Bring your own Bible, baby. I'm excited to be here. I am standing in the stead of our apostle, Camille Arnett, and our pastor, Mrs. Freedom Arnett. Amen. And it's a pleasure to be here. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, at BYOBB, we live out kingdom reality. Now, the kingdom is the realm where the sovereign ruler has ascended to the throne and has dominion, he being the foundation of power. Reality is the only someone that exists independently of all other things, and out of him all things derive. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the broadcast. Amen. Is there anything too hard for God? I don't think so. The Bible tells us in Jeremiah 32:27, behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? Now, in our right minds, everybody knows, even in your partially wrong mind, even if you're not necessarily a Christian, it takes a lot to say something's too hard for God. If you believe there's any God out there, you know nothing's too hard for him, right? That's what we say. But that's not quite always what we live. And, you know, one of the things that the Lord has been saying to me is, you believe me for big things, right? But you think that the small things are too hard for me. Like, very small things that we don't bring to him because we think he's too busy for that. He's got larger things to worry about, or I'll wait until I really need him to go to him. I don't really need to. I can handle this one alone. No, you can't. That's why he came and died, and that's why he rose. And so there are things in our lives that what happens is these things add up. So the small things that we think we can handle are things that we refuse to bring, and before we know it, we have a mountain of small things that have become huge. Huge irritants that stop us from accomplishing vision and calling. And so if we would bring to him, Lord, I really don't want to come home today because I know I'm going to find this laundry, these children. I know communication with my spouse is off. If we don't bring that on the drive home, we will never make it to the thing that we think is big that we need to bring to him, because we'll get stopped even before we get there. Apostle put it so well one day. He was talking to me. He said, persecution comes to our homes and we don't deal with it. And so we're so concerned about the end times and this time of persecution in these last days that we don't realize Satan is coming into our homes to irritate. Satan is coming to our homes to shut life down so that you never deal with this large political picture. You're not going to want to deal with what's happening in Syria or what's coming to the United States if you can't deal with your own children, because they will shut you down before you ever deal with anything larger than you. So nothing is too hard for God. And let's start with the small things. The small things are not too hard for him. They're not irritants to him. How my hair looks today is not small to him. How we move forward is not small to him. How we move and how we dress is not small to him. Lord, what should I wear today? Who should I talk to today? That's not small. That very person that he sends you to talk to could be the very thing that unlocks all of destiny, right? So nothing's too hard for God. Now let's deal with the things that we see as big. Now to God, there is no difference between saving 10,000 and telling you exactly what you need to do for the day, because he's God. Like, it's not like it's a scale to him. He's bigger than all of it anyway. Right. So we see, praying for persecution in the Middle East and praying for world hunger as huge things. He don't see that as huge. That's not huge to him. That's no huger than the hairs of our head that are all numbered. It's not like one is big, one is small. He's God. So they're all minute to him because they're all in the corner of his hands. Amen? So bring it all to him. Trust him for all of it. Nothing, behold, I'm the God of all flesh, not some flesh. I'm not the God of over here, but not the God of over there. I'm not the God of finances, but not the God of healing. I'm not the God of salvation, but not the God of emotional stability. He's the God over it all. And because he's over it all, we can bring it all to him. Nothing is too hard. The thing that we think we can't bring, the thing that we just can't do and we're working at like crazy to make happen, that's exactly what he wants to do. Amen. That's the very thing that he's waiting. He already knows it. He knew before the foundation of the world, you're going to hit this crossroads and you're not going to know what to do. So let me slay the lamb before the foundation of the world and make sure that that salvation comes to you before you need it. So before we cried, he heard us. Before we called out to him, he said, yes, daughter. Yes, son, what can I do for you? So why not ask? Amen? It's in the not asking that we don't please God. It's in the not asking that we say to him, I don't believe you're real. It's in the not believing him and saying, Lord, you said, you promised that he's not pleased. And we wonder why life is not working. The very stewardship that we know we should be doing, we should be going to him for. We should be saying, Lord, strengthen my hands for the work. Strengthen my hands for the ministry. Strengthen me, gird me to cause me to run even harder. But we won't bring that to him, so he can't help us with it. The same help that he gave us to get saved is the same help he gives us to be stewards of the gospel, to be those who spread the gospel of peace. Amen? So this is BYOBB saying nothing is too hard for God, saying that he's returning for a certain kind of people, and it's a people who are relying on him and know that he's Lord. He's returning. He's coming back. Thank you so much for watching today.
And cut.